Hops have a very distinct profile based on where they're grown. That profile is somewhat lost, and now we're reclaiming it. It's something, it's a crop that was growing here more than 100 years ago.
Because of our glorious weather that we have here, all the rain and poor conditions a lot of the time, the hop industry kind of shifted out to more of the West Coast. But Vermont is a really unique place with a lot of intelligent people that can figure things out. People like Whitefield Hops. These guys are kind of rejuvenating this industry, which was dead, completely gone. The flavor of the hops are unique to Vermont, and taking those flavors and putting them in a glass of beer is a pretty amazing experience as a brewer.
The plant is amazing. I mean, you have to just be in awe of something that goes from being a shoot to something that's 18 feet by, around solstice.
That cone gets bigger and bigger, fills up, and inside are lupulin glands. And you walk through the hopyard and it just smells. I mean, it's an amazing
It's a beautiful smell.
Kevin and Karen, they invested in a hop pelletizer, which is, I believe, the only one in the state of Vermont right now. Everything is set up specifically for pellet hops at this point. So they're able to take the hops that they've grown, dry them and pelletize them, and come out with something that's a great product.
So if you were to open up one of the Mylar bags that has been nitrogen flushed and sealed, and you take that smell, you're smelling what I smelled in September.
It's like the hop that's right off the vine. You get all that amazing lupulin aroma, and to provide that to people, exposing them to what Vermont can be and where Vermont is going to be.
I would love to have people talk about Vermont hops as being some of the best in the world again. And I'm biased, but this is where they're supposed to be growing. The terroir of Vermont and the Northeast was really the flavor that hops had for the early beer.
The beer industry is kind of homogenized, but if you can really get a flavor that is unique to a specific place, that's pretty cool. And I think that it's a good thing to have something that's from where you are. Feral hops are a pretty interesting thing to me.
The wild varieties that we have, it's possible that those are survivors from the hops that were growing here 100 years ago. You can see that they're a third taller than all the other hops that we have out there. They're more sustainable just by nature. They are more native Vermonter than any of us.
When people go to a certain area, they want to eat and drink product of that area. So when people come to Vermont, they're expecting Vermont, and they can be expecting Vermont hops.
A Cascade from Vermont is so much different than a Cascade that's grown in Washington or Oregon. It's amazing to really see the difference.
If this is going on 20 years or 30 years or 50 years from now, there's going to be some Vermont style IPA that everybody's going to know about, and it's going to taste only the way it tastes if they're using malts and grains from here and hops that are grown here.
As these agricultural industries, hops, barley evolve and grow, we want to be there with them and really help people understand what the flavor of Vermont is.